Prejudice or discrimination can affect any gender, but women are particular targets. How many times have we heard or seen portrayed these gender stereotypes? Women get too emotional and cry. Women are not capable of managing a budget, they always spend too much. To succeed, women must be beautiful. Women are less talented in mathematics and the sciences than men. Women are more interested in having a family than a career. She has got a great career only because she knows how to seduce men. Women are less interested in money than men. Sexism, that is, gender discrimination, is prejudice or discrimination based on a person's sex or gender and is deeply embedded in the structure of some languages, which, as babies acquire their mother tongues, shape the fundamental sense of how the word is perceived to be. For example, in English, many socially powerful work roles are, or were until recently, expressed as being male, such as businessman, policeman, or chairman. Studies have found that already at the age of 9, girls receive less pocket money than boys. The so-called child salary penalty is a well-known statistical fact for girls, as is the child salary premium for boys. Why? Because already at this young age, female efforts are valued less than those of males, since we know that women usually are paid less than men for doing the same job. Studies also have found widely shared cultural beliefs that men are more socially valued and more competent than women in a number of activities, even if this is not true. Studies have shown that when women at an upper level school are told that their group is less capable in mathematics, their bad performance becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Doubt shown towards a group inspires doubt in the group about its own abilities. The United Nations estimates up to 200 million women and girls are missing worldwide as a result of selective abortion, infanticide, and gendered violence. Where female infanticide is not practiced, males and females are each around 50% of the population. As of January 2017, the female population of the world was estimated to be 49.6%. So, if in your company or in your faculty women are not half of the population, it should make you stop to ask yourself why and then do something positive about it. Many role models help us to overcome negative stereotypes. When you ask a girl, "What will you be when you grow up?" you don't expect her to answer an astronaut. And because she does not even dream about becoming an astronaut, she doesn't concentrate on studying math or science. So when she is an adult looking for a job, of course there are fewer female candidates suited for being astronauts or scientists. It looks like women's inability to study math or highly scientific fields, but at the root of the problem is the lack of encouragement for women to study these subjects successfully. Samantha Cristoforetti, an Italian European Space Agency astronaut, holds the records for the longest single space flight of any European astronaut. So, contrary to all prejudicial expectations, she not only became an astronaut but also excelled at it. Other kinds of prejudice can affect LGBT people, that is to say, gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people. Gays don't exist in our faculty. Gays don't like to play football or rugby. Gays are too creative to be mathematicians or doctors. Women don't excite other women. They are just waiting for a real man, me. That woman is too arrogant. Is she lesbian? Lesbian women like driving trucks. Bisexuals are confused. Bisexuals are promiscuous. Bisexuals don't exist. It's just a trend. Transgender people are all prostitutes. Homophobia is a range of negative feelings and attitudes toward people who are perceived as being lesbian or gay. Homophobic bullying or the taunting of boys seen as eccentric and who probably are not even gay is said to be very common in schools. Another way of expressing homophobia is denying the existence of gay and lesbian people in a social environment. There are no gay students or professors or colleagues here. Many religions and states sponsor negative feelings and attitudes towards people who are perceived as gay and lesbian. In some countries, homosexuality is still considered a crime, but also in the most inclusive countries, gay and lesbian people often hide who they are. They don't come out because they are afraid of not being accepted. Data analysis suggests that roughly 5% of the human population is homosexual. If in your faculty or in your company or around you there seems to be no gay, lesbian or bisexual people, there is a cultural reason behind this. It is not true that gay and lesbian people only go to discos, they study and work, but they might decide to hide themselves because they feel that the environment around them is hostile. Do you expect to find gay people on a rugby team? Some role models help us to overcome these kinds of prejudices. Gareth Thomas is a retired Welsh professional rugby player who represented Wales in both the rugby union and rugby league. Years before he retired, he came out as gay to make it clear that gay people may express their talent in every environment, contrary to any prejudice. Transphobia is a range of negative attitudes and feelings against transgender or transsexual people. Child victims of transphobia experience harassment, bullying or violence in schools, foster care and social programs. Adult victims experience public ridicule, harassment including misgendering, taunts, threats of violence, robbery and false arrest. Many feel unsafe in public. A high percentage report being victims of sexual violence. What would you say about Vivian Ming? She's a theoretical neuroscientist, technologist and entrepreneur. She's a transgender woman who started a career a decade ago as a PhD named Evan. A global community of transgender lawyers, professors, professionals and managers is growing. Life is often a race. Because of their gender or sexual orientation, women and LGBT people are given a different starting line in life. They have to put more effort into making people understand their value.